Hello, my name is Cynthia Spencer, and you are welcome to this course, Introduction to Dropshipping in Nigeria. And I had to emphasize on Nigeria because the way dropshipping is done in other countries is quite different from the way it is done here in Nigeria. So we're going to start with introduction to dropshipping. A lot of us have already been implementing the system of dropshipping model, buying from a supplier and then selling to a customer. But for the newbies, let's begin. So I will share my slide with us. Okay. All right. So introduction to dropshipping and the agenda that we have. Number one, we have what is dropshipping. We're going to look at everything that we can about dropshipping. Then number two, who is dropshipping for? Obviously, not every business is for everybody. So don't expect it to be for everybody, right? Third, we have what you need to know about dropshipping. And four, skills you should have before you start. So let's just run through it. What is dropshipping? Dropshipping is an order fulfillment method where a business doesn't keep the product itself in stock. So for some of us who have already started doing this business, you obviously do not have the goods in stock, but you are selling. So what you're actually doing is dropshipping. And under the slide, you can see here, we say, while a dropshipper is someone who sells products online without actually having them in stock. So as a dropshipper, your marketplace is online. Marketplace is online. So let's just go through this dropshipping model here. So this is a store, and we're saying the store here is you, right? We have our supplier here. We have our customer here. Now, let's see how profitable this dropshipping business could really be for you. Okay. Now, for instance, you sell, let's say you sell shoes, right? You sell female shoes, and you put it up in your store for 500 naira. A customer comes and buys that item for 500 naira. You go to your supplier, and then the supplier sells to you for 450 naira. So obviously you are having 50 naira as profit. Now, if you will, put in all the things that we're going to talk about here today, and even continuously from our series about dropshipping, you should be able to make a whole lot of money as you scale up in this business. So let's say the profit is 50,000. And if you could sell to 50 customers, all right, 50 naira profit. And if you sell to 50 customers, that is a total of 2,500 naira. Now let's say you put your profits for 1,000. And then you sell to 50 customers. You'll be having a profit of what? 50,000 naira. Now, someone might think that money is too small, and someone might be thinking that money is still impossible to make. Well, to shock you, some persons actually make this 50,000 naira in dropshipping and even more. All right? It has to do with how far you're willing to go and grow. Now let's see who dropshipping is for, because I said something that obviously it's not for everybody. Now we have part-timers. For those who have a full-time job, you can choose to do dropshipping as a part-time job for you to earn money. Meanwhile, there is this statement that I do not find so comfortable, and that is side hustle. Because the way people take side hustles, they commonize it. Dropshipping is a business that you have to take like your normal traditional business. Every tools that you need to grow a business, you have to employ into dropshipping for you to succeed and to know what you're doing. So even if you're going to do it part-time, you need to employ some of those traditional tools. And like I said, everything you're going to be hearing me say on this introduction course, we're going to be doing it in our series, and we're going to talk about them. All right, so we have e-commerce newbies. So if you're a newbie to this business, this is definitely for you, and you need to try it. Yeah. So we have the global entrepreneurs and we have the flexible seekers. I call these two sets of people the full-time dropshippers, especially the global entrepreneurs. I call them the full-time dropshippers. These people go beyond the norms of dropshipping business. Okay, so you can choose to be with these people, global entrepreneurs or flexible seekers, or the part-timers, whichever is comfortable for you, you can choose that. Okay, so let's just see briefly what you need to know about dropshipping, the advantages and disadvantages. Very important. All right, so as a dropshipper, you need little or no financial commitment to start, especially in Nigeria. You actually need little or no financial assistance commitment to start. I think you need just your data and your phone to do all that you need to do to start off. Okay, so the next is location independence. As a dropshipper, you can actually do this anywhere, anytime, any day. So if you choose to travel out of Nigeria, you can still be out of Nigeria and still be doing dropshipping in Nigeria. We're not going to talk much about this platform integration, which is website integration and all of that. The reason is because we're doing introduction to dropshipping in Nigeria. So we want to see methods that works in Nigeria. Method that works in Nigeria. You need to understand that not every method that works in the US, not every method that works in Canada or UK works in Nigeria. So while Nigeria is still growing, we need to understand the pace we are in at every time and integrate the systems that work for us. Okay. So the next is product selection. As a dropshipper, you have the opportunity to choose from a wide range of products. And you have the opportunity to be in different categories. You can sell men wears, female wears, children wears, kiddies, and all of that. You can even do food stuff as a dropshipper. You can do all of that because you are not positioned in one place to sell one item. So you can do all of that. But I would always advise that as a dropshipper starting off, please try to have a niche. Start with a niche first. Do not juggle and do everything at the same time, especially on your WhatsApp status, which of course I will be focusing more on because that's where most 80% of sales take place for dropshippers in Nigeria. So you don't want to have your status having today, you are selling foodstuff. In a day post, you are selling foodstuff, you are selling boxers, you're selling perfumes, you're selling a whole lot. It makes your business place looks disorganized. So you treat your WhatsApp as a business place. We're going to come to all of these things, right? We're going to come to all of these things. Now, the next is risk management. As a dropshipper, you have lower risk compared to a traditional, compared to your supplier who have a store and have a stock. You understand? You have lower risk. For instance, let's say there is a reigning fashion item that is currently trending. And as a dropshipper, you have the opportunity to sell this item without having them in stock and without worrying if they will go out of trend. You don't have to worry about that. Now, let me give us an instance. A supplier we have, for instance, we have patterns of shoes for a particular design, and let's use Nigeria as a case study. Based on for instance, you see shoes of size 37 to size 42 for ladies' slippers. I'm going to use that so that you can understand very well. Now, this supplier will buy a pattern of that design. For instance, there is 36 pieces in that carton. Now, because the number of Nigerian ladies wearing size 40, 41, 42, and 39 are more than those wearing 37 and 36, you will find out that this supplier will sell off all the bigger sizes and they will be left with the smaller sizes. Now, to this supplier, that is a loss on one hand, meaning that their money will be kept as a stock instead of it going out and coming in to bring more money, to be kept there. But as a dropshipper, you will not have to bother about those concerns. That's none of your problem. Your own is just to sell and make your money. Now we have scalability. Like I said, as a dropshipper, you have the ability to sell anything you like. You have the ability to sell anything from foodstuffs to kiddies, to female, to male, to whatever it is that you want to sell, perfumes, creams, beauty products, whatever it is, you have the ability to scale up your business. But a supplier is limited. Someone who has a shop will have to niche to either selling foodstuff or beauty products or even female or male wear. They will be limited to what they can sell. But for you, you can sell anything that you choose. But like I always advise, when you are starting out, please ensure to have a niche. Pick a niche for yourself. It will help you. So let's talk about the cons of dropshipping. One of the cons and one of the disadvantages rather is profit margin. Now, as a dropshipper, your profit margin is quite low compared to the supplier. And we'll go to the last of our disadvantage, which is competition. Because of this high competition, the profit margin tends to be low. If you set a price above the normal market price, you might lose sales for that period. So you have to go with the market price, which will make your profits to be low, right? The next is suppliers dependency. Now, as a dropshipper, you do not call the shots, obviously, you do not call the shots. The supplier calls the shots. Suppliers pulls the string. The supplier tells you when they want to ship out, how they want to ship out. So peradventure, you have a customer who wants you to deliver an item within 2 days. And then your supplier tells you, oh, it's not possible. This item will only be shipped out and to get to you in 4 days' time. You do not have the control over the time because your supplier. So that is one of the disadvantages as a dropshipper. You are solemnly dependent